Meow. Meow.
Roar.
Meow. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us on Crafted. And I've got Skipper and James from Fish Room Fever.
Hi.
And we are going to be just talking and having a good time tonight. I kind of lost what I was going to say. Nico is like underneath me. But I think when he heard the meowing, he came running. My goal for tonight is this is my Batfish that I've been painting for the Clash. And then I made this coral. So my goal is to paint the coral, and the Batfish is going to kind of go three-dimensional out from it, like so. So I want to try to make realistic looking coral in this episode, but we can also answer questions. And somebody in the Fish Room Fever stream asked James and I what things that we do to keep small and medium sized fish rooms like they're priced to a minimum. And I'm going to go to chat here. There we go.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, nope, that's private chat. There we go.
That's a heck of a good question. I'm going to say that.
And James and I have done a lot, and I'm sure Skipper has too. I'm going to move this out just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here.
Well, I think it's
I think the number one thing for me, and maybe we'll go in circles, but my number one thing was sponge filters. It's the most affordable type of filtration there is, and I think it does a wonderful job. Okay, you go, Skip.
That's one of the things that I see. So whenever I first started everything, I always had these on my tanks. There's a reason why this one's on here. But I was like, well, that costs electricity to run. So why not do what Ed said, switch over to sponge filters, and you're just running airplanes. You don't have to keep buying, like if you want, like some people do, you just keep buying filter cartridges. So another thing I was looking at was lighting. And you can get some awesome deals on Amazon or even at Walmart to get, like, if you're doing a rack system, or you can get them off Amazon too. That was one thing for me, was lighting also.
I like that. I found that I watch a lot of LRB. He's amazing. And he was using the Aquanites for the longest time, and they're a super affordable light that you can get off of Amazon. Sometimes they do burn out. I've had, I think, 2 of them burn out within a year, but that's out of about 40 of them that I've bought. So for the price point, man, Aquanites are awesome.
Yeah, I've had quite a few of them. I had an issue, like when it got shipped in, it was for my 55, but I sent it back and got another one, and I never had no issues with it. Now, it depends. Are you doing a rack system, or are you just doing individual tanks on their own stands? Is another thing you need to look at too.
I wish I
You
would
can't
have.
keep taking on my things, okay? I got to have something to say. Leave rack systems alone.
Yeah, you go racks. I apologize to whoever asked the question. I wish I would have checked the name, but I didn't realize that it would move from the chat so fast.
Yeah, so really my thing is all of the things that we've discussed have to deal with optimization. It comes down to, and not everybody does this part, but like I even turn my tanks long ways so I can fit more tanks in, which means I can get one light across more tanks. So I'm having to buy less lights. I don't have to run my airline tubing as far. Like you mentioned, sponge filters, that's an easy way to do it. But then you can also run a linear air pump. So you're only having to plug in one thing. You're not having to have a bunch of air pumps like what I have set up right now and have used in the past. So it's all the aspects of it really come down to trying to optimize and what's going to work best for your final outcome. Yes, I've got some expensive lights, and I'm gonna have some of the co-op planted lights, but a lot of the stuff where I'm just growing fish out and breeding fish, I'm using a $12 daisy chainable light off of Amazon, and that works perfect for me. And I can fit a 4-foot one across 4 tanks. So I'm spending $12 to light 4 tanks. So because it's optimized.
I also, heaters cost a ton of electricity, and so I use one room heater to feed all my tanks, and I save a butt ton on electric doing that. So that really helps a lot too.
Absolutely.
And what is Nico? Nico wants to look at my new paint for some reason.
That's going to be the next step of my fishery. But I also was thinking about moving it to a different part of the basement. So I don't know, so for right now, yes, some of the, thankfully I got some, fish can tolerate colder waters down here, so I don't have to run as many heaters, but that's one thing I have to look at myself is heating.
Yep. And you know what? We didn't say hi to everybody. James, are you able to say hi to people?
I'm actually outside at the moment.
I can.
Yeah, it's probably tough for James.
I got you, James.
Thank you, Skipper.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
All right, off of the participants list tonight, we got Bex Fisher and Betta Aquatics, Bonnie Draper, Chattanooga Ed, Craig Doniger, Daniel Velez, Deb's Aqua Pets, Dennis Christensen, Gabriel's Glass Box, Lady Rorschach, M&C Aquatics, Lisa Sparkman, Mark Sterelson. Is that Michelle Crisco? Boy, I hope I said that right. I apologize if I didn't. My Fish Tank and Aquatics, New Local Austin, Oink Master Supreme Forever, Patty Petite Tanks, Paul Soterio, Saints Dust Aquarium, Scotty the Little Fish Freak, Sharpies and Fish and Phantoms, myself, Scuba Steve-O, Sky Dancer, Surf City, Cichlids, Bob's Aquatics, Whips World, Renpash, and Xana Doo.
Thank you guys for all being here, and everybody that's lurking too. You guys are all awesome. I really appreciate it a lot. You guys are awesome.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, that's just some of. I mean, there's so many great things. Maybe James and I'll have to do a video or something on that, or maybe James has some videos on it.
Not a video.
Maybe we should both do videos on it.
We should. Well, that's part of. I plan to do that as I build the new fish room because I hadn't actually built a fish room. For anybody that's been around and followed my journey, I just got addicted really quickly and put fish tanks everywhere. So I didn't really get to build a fish room. I just got to keep adding tanks and taking over more rooms in the house and getting yelled at by the missus,
Well, all videos are. Nico, can you guys even see what I'm doing? What is this cat doing? Sorry, guys.
Still in the spotlight.
Yeah, he's.
What he does.
Maybe I should bring the Christmas tree down. James, did you notice I put a Christmas tree during your stream?
I didn't because I've got you on the phone. The picture's so small, I really didn't, Ed, because the phone was sitting far back on the tripod.
Oh, okay. Well, I put together a Christmas tree. And it was fun. Boy, this is really coming out pretty cool, guys. I'll show you in just a minute. But I had a goal for this weekend. I had talked to my dad because my dad loves to go to Florida. And he hasn't been for a while. And he really wanted to walk on the beach, kind of hike up and down. So my dad and I were going to go down today. And I was actually going to do this from a hotel room. But my car's been busted. And all this I can fix myself. But my battery's over 6 years old. So it's completely dead. So I had to take it out. But I had this one bolt that holds the battery in. Now, Metalheads Aquatics, Josh, he's a professional mechanic, and he told me the way to get it out without taking the bolt out, which totally worked. But I didn't want to damage the new battery going in, so I had to get that bolt out. And the battery's not there. That took me almost 2 days. But I finally, it was about a 4-inch bolt that was all rusted. It was terrible. And I could only crank it just a little bit. And I had to do it with vice grips. It was a hard job. But then as soon as I get the battery in, either the solenoid or the starter's not working. So again, tomorrow, instead of going to Florida with my dad, we're just going to skip going to see Dr. Anthony and replace that. So
Yeah.
fun stuff. That's what I've done the last couple of days.
If I live closer to you, I'd give you a hand, bud. But I ain't driving 8 hours to change a starter.
And it's lucky it's a Ford, so you guys can make fun of Fords, but it's got 250,000 on it, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But it was a real easy, pretty easy to work on, so I like that. Nowadays you look at these new engines and I don't even know where the engine is. It's like, what? It just looks like a big box.
Right.
Pulse Terra, that's a good one also. Wi-Fi timers or timers for your lights.
Oh yeah, that's what I do that too. And that's good for the plants. That's really good for your plants.
If for some reason that day you can't get to the fish room because you have to be away, the light cycle still goes for your plants.
Yeah. So great one. I use those all the time. Now I want to use the smart ones, but the problem is I got no Wi-Fi in that room. So once I get my modem running to that room and it has its own source, I'm going to put a camera in there so I can look in my fish room anytime I want and see what's going on, and have a Wi-Fi light, or be able to turn on my lights or not by Wi-Fi. I'm going to get fancy. And you know what? I think I shouldn't have painted these these colors so close, but check that out. I really love these colors.
Looks good.
I think I'm going to do the bottom part purple, because you always see a lot of purple in the different corals, and you see a lot of orange. So I think I'll do some orange. What's
LED
the
lights?
crowd thing?
Good one.
What do you guys think the bottom should be, purple or orange? Because that will be. Let's see. I got some purple here. I've got the purple, or I've got the orange. Has anybody got any opinions?
We got 2 for purple.
Vibes is saying purple. All right, let's do the purple. But yeah, that was my day. What all did you do today, James?
Lots of fish stuff. I set up these 529s. I moved to 20 gallons. I moved a desk that I'm using for a temporary stand. Brought a load of stuff out to the house since I was headed out here. Just lots of fishing things.
I got a question for you, James.
Yeah, buddy.
Do you still keep big cichlids?
I don't currently. The missus has already said that she wants to get another, get some more big cichlids going, because she likes the African cichlids and she likes the larger, like Central South Americans. But I don't really have any right now. We have a Jack Dempsey, which would be our, I guess, biggest cichlid, technically speaking.
I've got a Red Devil that I don't think I can get I can't take it to like Rob's because all of his tanks are small.
Right.
And I was thinking I'd like to take this tank and just leave the catfish and the Bisher in there. And I've got 3 cichlets in there, big ones. I've got the Red Devil, the Severin, and the Threadfin Akara. And I was wondering if you'd be interested in them. And then I'm going to put rainbows. But I mean, if you're not, it's all right. I was just wondering.
My only problem is I really don't have a place at the moment. I had to downsize a lot because I'm going into this temporary space until I can get the fish room building finished and set up and insulated and all that. So
Totally get it.
I've had to downsize to a corner full of tanks from everything. Like a lot of my tanks are going in storage. The 220, the 125, the 90, and then a couple dozen smaller tanks are all just going in storage right now until we get the new place built. Sadly, so I do really appreciate the offer.
Oh yeah, I totally get it. That's cool. I had an idea and I already forgot what I was gonna do with them. If you didn't want them, and I forgot what I was gonna ask. But I could take them to the fish club.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
anybody wants them. Put them in a 5-gallon bucket or something.
Yeah, that would definitely work. I'm sure somebody would take it or them.
I mean, it's. I always used to give Joey a hard time in my brain. You know, I never gave him a hard time in real life about it, and it wouldn't make any difference if I did or not, because it's Joey. But I used to be like, "How can you get rid of your fish?" It's like there's no way I would ever get rid of this guy right here. I would die protecting him. If like a pack of wolves were there, I would go down before my cat would.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I love my goofy cat. But, I mean, the Bisher is a whole nother story. But I hate how these cichlids just go in circles chasing each other and stuff. I just don't like the behavior of a cichlid. I just, I know Kenny E would take them because he has bajillions of cichlids and he's a cichlid guy. But I just can't get into cichlids. And like maybe June from Only Oscars, maybe if I had just Oscars, but I mean I've seen what's happened in the carnage in Kenny E's tank when my favorite Oscar he owned, P, got destroyed.
Yeah.
And, from that Bonnie and Clyde, the two that fell in love. Well, that's what happened with me. It's like I've got a Threadfin Akara sitting in a 20-gallon tank or in a 55 all by himself because he kills everybody. I used to have 7 more fish in this tank, and he murdered them all. So I just can't do it. I just can't.
I can understand.
Murderer. But now, like my mom, she's got those what are they called? Glowfish. And they constantly chase each other in circles, but they never damage their fins or anything. So they're kind of like the black neon tetras. They're always chasing each other.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't mind that. If they're playing, it's one thing. It's just when they're killing each other, it's a whole nother thing. I hate that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Skipper, do you have any of the cichlets?
Yeah, right behind me I have the Star Sapphire cichlids. Currently, I'm on a hunt for 75-gallon tank. I have 2 electric blue Acaras and a 55.
I love them.
I'm trying to think. I think that's it for cichlid.
I
That's good
absolutely
enough.
love those electric blues. They're so cool.
Yeah, they're very bright, you know,
Yeah.
and it's
And I don't know if they're big jerks, are they? Because, like, Sean Peck has, well, he has one. I think the female passed away, but he adopted them from somebody else. And it's done great in a rainbow tank.
see
So,
mine. I have her in with some true Siamese flying foxes, algae eaters, my African butterfly fish, uh, Pictus catfish, some upside down catfish. Then I just added a bushfish in there, and they're they're pretty peaceful now. Thank God they're both the same sex. If they weren't, that would be a different story because they're very protective whenever they're breeding. So I would assume, because I haven't seen it, that they would attack things when it comes close to the nest or whatnot.
the African or the leopard, or, that fish, the bush fish you're saying is?
Yeah,
Yeah, I had a set of those I bought back in when I lived in St. Louis. The first time I ever saw them, they were only this big and they were so cute. And
they get big.
oh yeah, I mean, they get about that big, and they're not nearly as cute when they get bigger because they turn really a lot more darker browns and spots.
Yeah,
But they were just jerks, and they just started killing everybody. So I had to pull them out of the tank.
I
But
mean,
they were in a small tank because I just read what the thing said at Petco, and it didn't say that they became such a big aggressive fish, and they were called leaf fish at Petco when I first saw them.
oh yeah. No, this one doesn't attack nothing. There's plenty of stuff in there for to break the point of view shit. So
Yeah,
and then plus I have plants that are floating on the top and hides under like it feels like. So no, it's actually fine.
that's awesome.
And I forgot I got triple red apistos. That's another sick one.
Oh yeah. Oh, I just lost one of my favorite cichlids of all time. I lost one of my last angelfish. I brought a group of angelfish from St. Louis here, and so they're all pushing 6+ years, and I'm down to one.
Wow.
So kind of sad. She had a mate for years, and he died like a year ago. And then I had another fish that had a mate, and her husband died. And so the two girls started having eggs together. They were rotating every week.
Mm,
Well, not every week, maybe every other week, but
right.
it was pretty funny because they were both taking care of them, the
Yeah,
eggs.
they weren't getting fertilized.
Yep, they definitely weren't.
Imagine if there was a male in there with the both of them. Oh my gosh.
Well, you see, I thought about getting a male, but the problem is I was afraid they might try to kill the other female, whoever the male picked.
Yeah, it's true.
And they're so old. I didn't want to do that. Just, especially the last one is my favorite one of all time that's still alive. She's kind of got a messed up jaw. Her jaw's kind of crooked, but she's
Wow.
a koi pearl scale.
Oh, okay.
And she's just so beautiful. I just love her to death. And she's a super high quality fish, but somebody didn't want her because of her jaw. So here we're going. And And then what I'm going to do is some of these other little bumps, once it's dried, I'm going to paint them green and blue.
Mm.
And then when the whole thing's done, I'm going to do a wash with black. And so there's a lot more shading on this. Like the dark areas will become darker and it'll make the other spots really pop. Oh, Sharpie's here. I wonder what he thinks of this. Sharpie, have you ever painted coral? And I'm not even looking at any coral as I do this. I'm just kind of winging it. Just trying to do my best and seeing what happens.
That'll look interesting once you get it all colored up and throw that black and orange fish on the front of it.
Yeah, I wanted this to be real bright. So that way the black fish will just really pop in front of all this bright colors. Probably shouldn't be touching that. So, is there any questions or anything so far, or comments?
No, I haven't seen nothing. Just except for they're saying about the feedback on James's mic area, but that's about it.
Oh, I'm not hearing any feedback. That's weird. Let's see. What does Paul say? Paul had something about cichlids, but I didn't know what he caught.
Oh, I'll find it for you. He was saying something about that's what reminded me that I had a pistos. He goes, try a pistos, all good cichlid qualities with little of the drama of the big boys.
Yeah, I've never tried the Apistos. I'd like to try rams too. I think rams are so cute. I wish they wouldn't eat the shrimp. I just got 20 more shrimp from the Garden of Eden and put them in this tank. So I'd have more shrimps to look at, which is really awesome. Every single one came in alive. I didn't even count them. There's a whole mess of them. And the blue ones I put in this tank up. You can't really see it, but this tank up here, I've had it going for about a month, but I really haven't scaped it. So I'm going to kind of do a reverse scape on that. I got sick and kind of slowed down a lot of my projects that I wanted to get to. And then I got these really neat sticks from the Garden of Eden that the little shrimps crawl up on the sticks and eat the stuff off of them. And I got big sticks and little sticks. I should have bought like a bajillion more of these. I think the next time I go to the show, I'm going to buy a whole bunch of them from him because they're so cool. Now, Matt, I think, was it Matt West? Oh, man, I already lost it. Matt West said, make the tips a little lighter.
Yeah.
For the SPS. I don't know what for sure that means. It's probably... James, do you know what that stands for?
That's the pine cone looking ones. Small polyp stony corals. Usually they kind of look like an elongated pine cone for anybody that's not familiar with them. The SPS is small polyp stony, LPS is large polyp stony.
Okay. Well, we'll do. I'll once I get the base coats down, then I'll try to get into really making it look a lot more good, because I do want to try to win a project or a show with it, or at least place or do something.
Right.
But I see Delilah there. She sent me a picture of her kitty cat in her Christmas tree. It was so amazing. And thank you so much, Delilah. That made me feel so good.
Gotta watch them cats and Christmas trees.
Oh, I know.
I think it's a big old playground.
They do. It's crazy. Now, what's been really... Okay, I don't do Christmas trees anymore. I used to. I have a white fake tree that I have a whole bunch of my old superheroes from when I was a kid, and I put them all on sticks, and I put that up, and it looks really cool because it's just I have red, white, and blue. I think lights on it, so it's not really patriotic, but it's just supposed, superhero-y.
Right.
And it looks so cool because those superheroes are so brightly colored, their costumes. I probably should put it up one more time just for YouTube purposes, as long as the cats. And I don't know if the cats will think toys are very cool. So it's those red balls or the bulbs, whatever they're called. Those not just red, but all the glass balls that
Oh,
seems like the
the
cat's always
ornaments.
playing with.
I'm just glad my dogs don't mess with it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, the dogs don't mess with it. There's James. The dogs don't mess with it too much with the Christmas tree and stuff like that, which I'm very thankful for that because so you got to watch what ornaments put on there too. If you put them cinnamon sticks on there, like some people have them ornaments, dogs smell that they're going to try to get it. But other than don't do that. She's regular ornaments and they don't mess with nothing. Thankfully,
Like candy canes?
we don't put them. Well, yeah, we put them on there, but not. We just don't put them on the bottom. They stay kind of up a little ways.
My cats sniff a candy cane and they won't touch it.
Buddy,
James,
I've
what
got
you
to
looking
head.
at there?
Well, I was going to say goodbye to everybody. I've got to head down to one of the other houses, so I don't think y'all want to trudge through the dark with me, and I may or may not lose you anyway. So I figured I would just tell everybody goodbye and jump off of here so I could head to one of the other houses on the property and take some stuff over there.
Okay, well,
All
thank
right.
you, James, for hanging out with us.
I appreciate it, buddy. I will see everybody next week. Ed, I'll talk to you on the phone and we'll get the schedule figured out.
It's cool. Yeah, that's sad that KG Tropics today. That was a surprise.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it, see what was going on. I do know that about them, they're done live streaming.
Well, at least for now, but yeah, it sounds like it. I Live streaming is the best part to me, guys. I'm into this because I think it's fun to hang out with everybody and have fun, and have friends. Now, right now, I'm not doing a very good job at all reading people's chat and stuff, but
Uh, yeah. Well,
I
it's
really love the live chat, so I'm never going to go anywhere. I'll tell you what.
no.
Of course,
Uh,
I'm small fry.
Paul Sotero said that you might want to be careful with getting rams, especially from a box store, because the genetics, the ones that they've been getting in, ain't been good.
Well, Paul, the reason why I don't do Rams is because earlier we were talking about I do a central heat. So that means I'm going to have to, I mean, I have heaters that aren't being used. I could put a heater in and pump it up to 82 to make them happy, or 83. But that's why I don't have Rams, is because I just don't like their temperature. I don't like a hot fish, if that makes sense. What do you think? Should I do maybe blue at the top also, or green? I think I'm
Maybe
going
a
to do
little
that
bit of
same
blue.
blue at the top.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, Skipper, so how was your day today?
Oh my.
Ah,
Well,
I know that he did an awful lot, guys. That's why I'm asking him.
so it all started last night. We didn't get back till after midnight after doing an ambulance run. Then I went to bed. And unfortunately, we had a motor vehicle fire. Didn't get done with that until 5 o'clock. Went back to bed.
Now, is this in the morning?
Yeah, real early in the
Oh,
morning.
gosh.
And tried to go back to sleep. Did. And then I wanted to get up to do stuff. I wanted to do stuff in the fish room. I didn't wake up till 1:30. And then I
Wow.
had a class, so I haven't really got to accomplish anything.
Do you
And
know
we
what
got
caused the fire in the car?
no, I have a feeling. Well, I have a feeling it was electrical because I think it had a sound system in it, and I think that the capacitor kind of sometimes they can cause a fire. But you got a 99-cent super sticker from Patty Petite Tanks. It's just
Thank
smiley
you,
face.
Patty. Oh, she gave me a smiley.
Mm-hmm.
See, that just proves that she's the sweetest girl I know.
Yeah.
Out of all the women in your life, Skipper, can you think of anybody sweeter than Patty?
My mother.
Your mom?
Yep.
My mom's pretty sweet too. My mom's like Mary Poppins almost. Seriously, she's and I've lived with or not lived with her my whole life, but I mean she's been my mother my whole life, and she's always been great. Last night I introduced her to The Tick. That's a TV show on
Oh yeah,
Netflix,
yeah.
or not a Netflix, on Prime, and she thought it was hilarious. So it's kind of fun introducing my mom to some of this stuff because she's also like she loved it. Obi-Wan Kenobi, she loved that series.
Really, that's great.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. But I mean, all she watches is this terrible, terrible Hallmark shows, and it's the same ones all the time.
Well, now it's Christmas too, so they got all those.
Dude, they've been playing Christmas since July. It's
Seems like
insane. Completely insane. Oh, should we talk say something about family Christmas or Fish Fam Christmas?
Yeah, we can do that. Fish Fam Christmas. Y'all need to subscribe to the YouTube channel because tomorrow night, for the people that are participating in, for their streams, they're going to be doing the wheel. It's going to have all the prizes on it, and they're going to assign it to the channels. And then it starts the December 18th to January 1st, I believe. Wow. January 1st will be the last day of it.
Did you win anything last year?
I think it was an Aquarium Co-op gift card, I do believe. I got lucky.
Nice. It is awesome. Well, I unfortunately wasn't able to participate in most of it last year, but that's all right. I had a lot of fun with it.
Oh, yeah. You were rather busy up there.
Well, I kind of participated. I just didn't get to enter.
Yeah.
And we'll just say it like that. But that's okay. But Bunny Viper's making me an awesome painting. And I'm trying to make it really personal and nice, so it's taken her a lot longer than her normal ones, and I'm totally cool with that. I'm not at all upset. So if Bunny Viper's there, I got her. Trying to use the right paint brushes. It's orange. Why do I have so many oranges? I used orange on 2 different paintbrushes. Couldn't find my blue paintbrush. I think I maybe I cleaned the blue so well, it came out orange on twice. So, and then you took a class tonight.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything cool in your class on how to save people's lives?
Well, it was traffic incident management is what I took tonight. And that has to deal with whenever we go to car accidents or even house fires or whatnot. And if I'm not on the ambulance, I'll do the fire police side of it, and just telling you what to look for, how to make the scene safe for the first responders out there. And that's another thing. When you see that fire truck, or you see that ambulance, or even a cop, slow down and move over. You know, we just unfortunately, this sucks when this happens. We lost one in the not ours, but it was some other company, but part of the county that we're in. He got hit by another vehicle on. I think we had icy roads. And they were driving too fast. We couldn't get stopped, and they hit him, and unfortunately, he passed away.
Now, was he hit in his fire truck, or was he outside the
he-
fire truck
he
trying
was
to
out.
slow people down?
He was outside trying to help the person that wrecked their vehicle.
You know, in Tennessee, they have a new law that says you have to get over if you see a police pullover, and if you can. Sometimes there's a diesel and you just can't.
Well,
You
it's
know,
called the slow down or move over law. Pennsylvania adopted it also this year. You definitely want to do it because oh man, some of the videos I saw today was very upsetting because people ain't paying attention when they're driving. You know.
Yeah.
And Scotty, it was in person. My class today.
Is speaking of Scotty, he knows the Clash channel, but is the Fish Fam, if you see the Fish Fam Christmas channel pop up, will you let me know and I'll try to make it. Oh, I'm not even on YouTube. Let me go to YouTube, and because we're supposed to make the Fish Fam Christmas guy excuse me, I'm so sorry for burping. A shovel.
A wrench.
Or not a shovel, a
wrench.
I almost said a rake. How am I thinking about all this?
You got some yard work to do, Ed. Probably got some yard work to do. That's why you're thinking that.
Well, I had a really strange dream about yard work earlier today. It was, oh gosh, I got a cramp in my leg. I got a cramp. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Cramp. I had a dream that I was doing yard work in my dream. And there was somebody I knew that kept trying to help me, and I felt bad, and I was telling them to stop. But I don't remember who it was. Pop out. Oh, it was Bex. Bex, the artist Bex, you know?
Bex's fish room.
And I can't. I'm trying to make it so I can see. Oh, darn it. There we go. Let's see if I can get this pop-up to work. But yeah, it was Bex, and I kept asking her if Bex was short for like Batasha or something stupid, and I know that it's not. And it was really weird because she was just talking about her name in her stream a couple nights ago, how she hates being called Becky and stuff, and Rebecca and all that jazz. But I was like, I don't know. It was such a weird dream.
Go to your YouTube chat and mod Fish Fam Christmas. It's in there now.
Oh, it is? Okay. Let me
see. Santa Claus is always listening.
He is. Oh, there it is. Fish Fam Christmas. Now, how do I do this? I click it. Wait, it's
on the right hand side of the name.
Oh, I know.
Click the dots and it says add moderator.
Awesome. Oh, darn it. I just moved all my chat all over the place. I think I did it. Yep, I did it. Awesome. Now I want to pull my chat so I can see Skipper because I want to know who I'm talking to. So this new computer I've got has a terawatt of stuff in it. It's got the new Pentium or whatever processor, the i7, and it's got 16 gigabytes. And apparently that's a lot better than the one I used to have. And I got it for $600. And it's like normally a $1,500 computer, but it was like a special deal that they only sent 10 to every Sam's across the country for Black Friday. And apparently my Sam's only made 10 little pieces of paper that they stuck in there. And I took one of the pieces of paper so I could read it when I got home. And when I came back later that week, they were all missing. And I said, "Oh no, is there any left?" And he said, "No." And then I decided to just go up to customer service and ask. And they checked and they said, "Yeah, we have one left in the warehouse." So it must have been the piece I've got, the paper.
Yeah.
And the guy was shocked that I had it. And like the manager went back there to get it. And she was like, "Man, this is a really good deal," because it was better than their $1,500 computers. The only negative is it's only got a 15.5-inch monitor. So it's got the small monitor. But I figure I'll eventually hook it to maybe a bigger monitor so I can see chats better. Like somebody I can see has little eyeballs. Blake's Aquatics. Oh, wow. Good day, Blake. That was a terrible Australian name. Good day, Blake. Good day, Blake. Oh, my. I need to watch an Australian show so I can do a better accent.
Oh, yeah.
I'll put in a Mad Max after this so I can get back to my good Australian accents.
Just watch some
Or actually, I'll watch Craig. Is Craig Doherty going right after me?
Oh, I don't know.
I think he's going next. I think I saw that in Fish Room Fever's chat when it was a lot closer. And he has amazing fish tanks. They're so pretty. Highly recommend. Go check out Craig because he's super awesome. But, yep.
Yeah, Blake says that I've been here chatting to you for 20 minutes, Ed.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Blake. I pushed the computer back so I can't hardly see it. Did Blake say anything profound? I see that he was chatting with me for 20 minutes. I'm sorry. Magnifying glasses. That is definitely what I need. But you see, the problem is if I'm doing this like this, I'll never get anything done. Hi, Yellowstone. Good to have you here. See, there is an advantage of being really close, and I can see. Oh, I'm so terrible. So now, last week, Skipper was gone. He was playing. Is it called Mr. Mom?
Yeah.
When you're the only parent for a weekend.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Oh, it was good.
Did you guys get to eat out a lot?
What's that?
Did you take the kids to McDonald's and have fun?
No, I made dinner.
No.
I can cook. Blake.
Oh, he's
Blake,
part of the.
Yeah, Blake said that he was talking about last year how you were proxy Santa, and we ranked movies.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Yeah, I don't remember how that happened. I think maybe the original Santa was supposed to be there, got sick, and I ended up logging on at 4 a.m, and I was an elf on the shelf and helped. But I had so much fun ranking those movies. And you know what, Blake? I think there's a new Christmas movie that I think might become my all-time favorite, and I haven't seen it yet. I had bronchitis for 2 weeks, and so I didn't want to go to the movies because I would be coughing. And then as soon as now I finally get to drive my car's been dead for this whole week. So hopefully tomorrow I get the starter working, and it's called, oh, what's it called? I thought it was Silent Night, but it's not. Violent Night.
Oh,
And
I've seen previews for
Santa
that.
Claus is saving like this family that's being attacked by terrorists. It's the actual magical Santa Claus, and I'm just it's pro. I'm going into it thinking it's going to be the worst movie ever made, but I think it's going to be one of the best movies I've ever seen,
You never
just
know.
from the previews.
It could be.
So
Um,
yeah, I mean,
so
oh,
Fantastic Freaks gave you a $3 super sticker with a pair giving a thumbs up.
awesome. Now,
Rack here.
Fantastic, he's going to be on the Friday night show with Skipper and Kenny E on the Kenny E network and me. I think the 23rd, the day before Christmas Eve. I think he gets the day off. And so that'll be a lot of fun. Now, tomorrow, Kenny E's going to be out of town and can't do it. And I don't know if he's talked to you, Skipper, has he?
I'm already making a stream for it.
Okay, cool. And if you want, I can join you because I'm not going to be able to go. I was not going to be able to go because of or be there because of Florida. But since I'm not going to Florida now, I can be on there with you.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. I'm gonna finish that up here tonight. That way I can get him the link so he can tell his peoples where it's at.
Yeah. So guys, check. I really like how this is coming out, this coral. It's really pretty.
It's pretty neat. You got Rack Cross Studios show up,
Rack.
and then Miss Priscilla.
Oh, hi, Priscilla. Super sweet Priscilla. And Rack, as soon as my car's running, I might come and visit you maybe on Monday or Tuesday if I can get my. I think I can fix the starter myself. If I can't, my truck may have to go into the shop just to have it fixed. But
the 2 bolts and a nut.
It's not a very hard fix, so.
Well, it depends on where it's at, if you can get to it or not.
I don't know. But that's what YouTube is for. I don't. YouTube teaches me every car problem I need. I just go to YouTube, and then I call Josh, the metalhead, for the deep inside source, and he is awesome. Check out Metalheads. Now, do they go on Tuesdays after Fantastic Freaks? Or no, that's Mondays.
No, they do Mondays, and they do a Saturday one too.
And I think last night he just put something that he was going to do something different. Oh my gosh! Well, thank you, Misfits. $10. I appreciate that, man. Can you read what he said? I can't really see it.
He said, "Just because I feel like it, miss you all. Sorry, I've been so crazy busy lately." And Misfit, I sent you a message. Rack, I gotta look at the list and figure out who that is, and I will let you know. I do know one of them gets shipped to Doc Anthony to ship out to Australia. The other one was Jason from Depths Unknown, but I got to figure out what who the third one was. Third one is. Dang.
Was it Dr. Anthony? It was Dr. Anthony because he beat me out. I screwed up. I had a $45 limit to bid on stuff. And I thought I'd be smart and go $44 on Rack's up and down vertical discus piece.
Yeah.
And I was like 44 because then I can go 45 if I have $1 to play with. Well, that was just stupid. I should have said 43. So that way they would say 44 and then I could scare them off. But I boxed myself in a corner. Stupid. But but Dr. Anthony bid $47 on that.
Oh,
What a
okay.
deal he got. That's an awesome piece.
Well, trying to check here. Let's see.
And I was hoping to see Dr. Anthony because I was gonna take him some fish.
So, yes, you are correct. One on the wild discus one goes to Dr. Awesome, and then the third one goes to Craig Doniger. So you're going to ship both of them to him. If you're still
Well,
there.
Dr. Anthony is.
Well, no, he's going to. What I'm saying is Rack's going to ship them both to Dr. Anthony.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think I'm gonna go. I put some like it's almost too bright. You can't really see the colors. But I'll do it was it Wes? Oh my gosh, it's terrible. I'm gonna have to I've got to rewatch and see what everybody's saying up here. But and I'll make the ends lighter for sure. I really like this though. I think it's gonna be cool.
I think it's going to be pretty neat. I can't wait to see it done. I want to see how well that batfish is going to pop out from
Yeah.
with them colors behind it.
I'm gonna paint the blackfish one more time black. And Rack was telling me about these one type of markers that work really good to use to make a really straight line. I haven't decided. What do you guys think? I made this uneven on purpose, so it's all goofy, because if you guys go online and look at these things, they're not a perfect line. But unfortunately, the judges at this show, they're going to know what a batfish are, but they may not be that familiar with batfish because they're freshwater people mostly. And they may think I got it really unorganized because I like brushed it so it was like all like mixy, like bumpy and stuff, because that's how it is on the real fish. But I'm afraid that the judges might say, oh, that just looks tacky. So let's see. Skydancer says it looks good. Ricky De Hoya says, hi, Ed and Skipper.
Hello, Ricky.
It was Matt West that said the light thing. Get a TV for a monitor. I love the piece. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's what I need to do. And I own a monitor here somewhere, or a TV monitor type deal, a flat screen.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to hook it up and figure it out. But I don't know where it is right now. It's in a box. But yeah, I'm just going to keep going. But I think that this batfish is going to look really sharp in front of this. And I'm going to lacquer it all. The lacquer, with professional photography, like I used to be in photography shows a lot, and professional photographers have to lacquer and use high gloss images because it shows all the imperfections. And now I'm kind of hooked on lacquering art pieces, and I think it's really neat for this fish stuff because it makes it all look wet too. So, and it protects the fish if it gets dented or chipped or whatever. When I paint the driftwood with the lacquer, it makes it look like it's permanently like underwater. It's really a neat look that I absolutely love. And so once I get it done, I'm going to lacquer these things with a high gloss because I absolutely love that too. But what do the people think? Should I go with a hard straight line, or should I keep it kind of like the real life batfish? I could find what a real life batfish looks like for you guys.
I do know that Bob Kaler has one.
Now, Batfish turn into a really ugly fish. They turn into that big silvery yellow thing. But see, they're not like perfect lines.
No,
It's all bumpy.
no. And Matt West says keep it true to the life.
Okay, so I will keep it all bumpy. And I'm going to go back in and put some black over some of the thick areas too.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to do the eye with a dark gray. So the eye will stand out a little bit from the rest of its body. Let's see, I'm going to go yellow or red, green on this. But those markers, they're like paint markers that Rack was telling me about. I am definitely going to get those. They're not super expensive either. So it's like a double bonus.
That's nice.
Super neat. When I get more of it done, what I'll do is I'll bring the camera back in close, because right now it's about 3 feet away from me so you guys can see me paint. And now that I've got a new computer, maybe I'll be able to run 2 cameras at the same time, and I'll go back to the hat cam. I don't know if you guys remember when I used to have the camera on my head for a couple things.
I remember that was good.
But now you guys could see like what I'm seeing on top of my head. And then also do see the front shot too.
Yeah, I remember you doing that whenever you was in that other room with your fish.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a pretty good camera. I like this camera, but my beard isn't super red like the other one.
No. Matt West says when the Batfish swims, it is more like a wave motion than it. Anyways, it's a wave motion.
They're such a cool fish.
So there is a question from Oink Master Supreme. She wants to know, from one crafter to another, what do you think is the most difficult project you have ever worked on?
Oh boy. Well, probably. And then I bought push pop lights to highlight this so you could see it underneath, but the batteries burn out like after 3 hours. I like clicked them on and they're already not on. So I'm going to have to get some type of plug-in lights for this thing so you guys can see it better. But the fish tank diver's bell was probably the toughest because I had to completely restart everything completely over.
I remember that.
And because I originally tried to take clay and like coat the tank with it, and then I came up with a great idea. I'll just paint the glass, and it came out perfect, and it's perfectly smooth. I wish I would have used JB Weld. Instead, I used whole lots of glue gun, hot glue gun, and I was afraid it would maybe peel off. So I did go back in and use JB Weld as a caulk around it. So I think it's going to hold now. But that was my originally hardest one because I was like completely frazzled on how am I going to finish this tank. And I've got so many like 10-minute videos I need to release. That is definitely one that I need to release because I think it'll do pretty good. That in my cave tank. The cave tank is absolutely completely beautiful right here. Mm-hmm. When you guys like, if I would have that camera I could put it in front and you guys would be like, that is freaking awesome. From the side, it's not so great, even though it's still pretty. It looks like a fountain or something. But
Definitely looks like
I
a cave.
I really need to fill it, and I'm gonna put I think Blue Dreams or something in that. But it's so cool.
It is pretty neat.
Now with the trick with using this oven baked clay is you have to overcook it because it's fish tank safe. They say it's fish tank safe. You just have to completely cook it. So like, they don't say it's fish tank safe and then it not be, because then they're liable. So you just have to do what they say. Now, the only color that I have found that's bad and gotten reports is the black. Oh, I have black here somewhere. I don't know where it is. I don't want to bother Nico. Maybe I'll put it.
Oh, so they make an all black one. The stuff that's used for them stalactites.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they have all the colors. Like this is a dark green.
Oh,
I'm afraid to put the heavy colors in because people have told me that the dye comes out, and you don't want that as a tannin. That's terrible because that's a dye. And then one of my friends also made caves with it, with the black, and his pleco caves he said were too soft. And I'm guessing he probably didn't cook it long enough, but maybe all that stupid dye in it also maybe makes it so it's a little different. So that's why I prefer to do everything white. And then I'll paint it with aquarium safe paints, which is, oh gosh, you guys are killing me. I'm brain dead tonight. It's a
Rust-Oleum.
concrete. Well, you can't spray paint. You can't use this stuff,
Krylon.
the fusion on it, because the chemical that keeps this a spray melts the clay.
That's right. I remember you saying that.
So it'll turn it like a stickiness. So the only thing you can use is this concrete paint. And doggone it, it's the one can of paint I don't have in the room.
Lisa,
Let me think about.
Lisa Sparkman said, "Is it the same as polymer clay? Sorry, that you
Yes.
bake in the oven. Yeah, that's what the Sculpey is, right? It's polymer clay, right?
Yep, and you just overcook it. So like this fish that I've made for rack that I need to sand it down. This koi. This one was over baked. You can see that the tops are a little brown, and his belly started to crack a little on his belly side. So I left this in a little too long, but that's what I want if I'm putting it in a fish tank. And I still wouldn't trust something this thick in my fish tank because I don't know if the insides are going to be cured or not. So
Right.
I'm going to try to go thin and, a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch and overcook it. So it says 15 minutes for, I think, for 275, I think is what it says on the package. I double the time. So I completely double the time down and make sure it's really baked good. Yep. Any other questions? That was awesome.
Well, that's pretty much all I've seen right now. I'll check. Could you hollow out the bottom and not have, or would it crack? If you hollow it out now, would it mess it up?
Well, it's an art piece, so it's just
not like
easier.
Okay.
Yeah, the art pieces I made this for Patty. It's going to be a little magnet crab. I did the standard time for it. The only reason why Rax got overcooked was because it was so thick. I overdid it because I was afraid that I I wanted it to cure all the way through, or somewhat cure all the way through.
Yeah.
So I did it for a little longer than I should have. But normally, like my Batfish, I did standard time. All these I just do standard time because none of these things are going to go into a fish tank. These are just, for looks. I
Ren,
think my handle, I've been holding on to this one piece in the middle. I think I'm going to go maybe another green just to give it more green to this thing.
so Ren says in ceramic class, when we had to put things in a kiln, you had to poke holes in hollow things so that it wouldn't explode.
Yeah, with ceramics, it's really
Yeah.
important because it gets in a kiln, it gets super hot. And any air bubbles, that's why you have to knead it so much and drop it and throw it on a table, and you'll hear it burp when the bubbles get out. And I'm an art major, so I used to be the TA that would have to teach people how to do this stuff all the time. And I used to have a lot of fun. I need to buy a kiln someday because I would love to do my fish in a kiln. I'd love to actually cook my fish. And then the glazes, I like mixing my glazes up and getting bizarre stuff. It'd be so much fun to do with a fish. So maybe in a couple years I'll get a kiln. But I mean, I'm a ways away from doing that. And it's a shame because we had a pottery place come into this town and I wanted to use it right before the COVID hit, and they had to shut their doors down. They weren't able to stay open. But I was going to just take stuff to them to just cook my stuff for me.
Hmm.
So it just how it goes. Some people just had bad luck. They
Yeah.
opened a cool business like that right before a huge plague happened. Who would have ever guessed?
Scotty says if you throw him around, he burps too.
Ah, bet. But I would never do that. I bet I bet Scotty knows a lot of defensive moves. He looks like the type of guy who's like a black belt that doesn't tell anybody. Like he's a secret guy. Like the drunken master from those old kung fu movies.
Yeah.
Nobody give him any credit, and then they just wipe everybody out. I'm not going to get into a fight with Scotty. He can't pay me enough. I think he's just a nice guy that doesn't mess around.
Point Master Supreme says, Chattanooga Ed, if you or Skipper or anyone in chat looking for lights, Chewy is selling Zoom Ed Aqua Effects Model 2, the size 24 inches only for $20. They are her favorite lights, and it's in an unbelievable price. Yeah. There's actually Fluval 50 watt heaters on sale for $13, the 50 watt ones. I think it's at Petco. I saw somewhere. That's pretty cool.
Well, that's another thing I did to save money is I went to Menards because Menards sells shop lights that have 750 lumens. I hope I said that right. Maybe
You
it's
did.
luminens but
Lumen.
that is plenty bright enough to grow any plants that you want. And they're about $18 for I think a 42-inch one or 46. I don't know what it is for sure, the size. But I've bought a whole bunch of those and I set them on top of cages above my tanks, or not my tanks, my tubs, and grow plants with those. And I also bought those for my fry rack. I'm going to be I bought the shelving. Basically, where I'm at right now is I need to get the filtration and the stickers to come off. I'll grab one real quick. Say something cool.
Let's see. While he's going to grab something, if that is a Saber-tooth cat shirt. Oh, you want to know if that's a saber-tooth? What kind of cat? What she wants? You want to know? Lady Rorschach wants to know if that's a saber-tooth cat shirt that you're wearing.
Oh, it's a orange tabby fighting a robot in the middle of a city.
And the helicopter's videotaping.
Yep. I don't know if you can see it close enough. It's one of my favorites. But okay, so I've got 18 of these animal cracker containers. They're exactly 3 gallons. So this is going to be my line breeding project. I can do 3 lines of fish in these tanks or in these tubs to try to get perfect guppies. And so, but does anybody have any good suggestions on how to take the sticker off? And I don't even care too much about the back sticker as long as I can get either the front or the back off.
A lot of times, whenever you wash them in hot water, it helps loosen them up. But then once you get the sticker off, you're going to need to use fingernail polish remover to help get the glue off.
Oh no, my paintbrush fell on the floor. Ew, it's got cat hair all over it. I need to vacuum in here. So you say hot water and then...
Yeah, like you soak it in hot water, it loosens all that up. And then you can just scrape it off. But if you still have some left, use a fingernail polish remover. I mean, there's so much stuff. Like they're saying soak it, peel it off, and use isopro alcohol, coconut oil, or maybe Goo Gone. Yeah, I think Goo Gone would help. Get that sticky WD-40. Yes, that actually does work. But not
WD-40.
Yeah, not whenever you're going to be using that for a fish tank, in case you get some inside.
Oh yeah, it'd be really hard to get off or out.
All that, and it just WD-40's a pain to clean. If you don't have some really hot water and Dawn dish soap.
You know, WD-40 destroys bubble gum in your hair too.
Oh yeah.
I tried that. What was it? Peanut butter, and it did not do anything. And then I went to WD-40, and it worked really good.
Never knew that trick.
I don't even remember. I was babysitting my nieces when they were little girls, and one of them got a big clump of it in their hair. And I had to get the stuff out of their hair before my sister got home.
I'd have just cut it.
Yeah, right. No way.
Sister would have had your head, bud.
I want to be the fun uncle, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I gave him gum to begin with when I was probably told not to.
You're probably right. You want me? Oh, so you just all you have left to paint on there is where your handle.
Yeah, I'm going to do a few little details. Like there's a couple little bumps I'm going to paint a different color on this purple. But I want the purple to get completely dried first.
Oh, holy cow.
And I can see the strokes on there. And you guys can't see the strokes as much, but I can. And I don't want any strokes.
Right. I just realized we've been going for about an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. They probably want to stop.
They probably don't care.
Let me just finish up this purple, and then I'll bring it in close so you guys can see it close up. But yeah, I can't wait till the clash. And I'm going to have at least, I want to make 3 molds. Oh, gosh, heavy. Okay, I shouldn't use such a heavy base. Okay, whoops. There we go. Okay, so I think this looks pretty cool. And then the batfish, where do the batfish? Oh, there. And then the batfish is going to be kind of floating right here. So I think this is going to be really neat. And then I'll put it on a traditional log because I use cut pieces of wood. And I got a guy that he's a lumberjack here in town that chops lots of wood and makes furniture and stuff. And he said he's more than happy to make me slabs of wood, any types of shapes. Because I want to make a log slab fish tank. Where I have the fish tank sitting on a slab, like on a rock, or on a big log, and then have a log on top and have the lights built into it. Because the tank I have has a covered top. It's like got a glass enclosed top, which is really not very smart design at all. But I thought, well, I'm going to take advantage of that and do that. But yeah, I think this coral came out pretty good. I'm going to do some touch-ups. And when I get it done, maybe I'll put it on Instagram. I don't know if I'll ask Scotty if he thinks it's smart for me to show stuff on Instagram or if I should finish it and then hide it. You know, whatever Scotty thinks the best move is. But thank you guys so much for the super chats. Thank you, mods, for everything that you did. Oh, there's Dennis. Hi, Dennis. Did you get your t-shirt? I hope he got his t-shirt. And I hope everybody, the only person that I haven't sent to is Chris. I think if there's anybody out there that want to fish and somehow I didn't send it to them, email me not email me, message me on Facebook and tell me which fish, and we'll get it for you. I know Strawberry Goldfish, she won something. I hope she got whatever she got. But thank you for saying it was a great stream. I don't know. I just had fun, and you guys made it fun, so thank you so much. And awesome. And Skipper, thank you so much. You guys, Skipper's going to do a special show tomorrow at 10:30, and so check him out. I'm going to be there. I don't know who else he's going to have. If he has anybody else, I haven't talked to him about it. But it'll be fun. And then Skipper, your next show is on Sunday?
Yeah.
At 5:30?
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm actually going to have the Metalheads as my guest. The both of them is a guest Sunday night.
Oh, man. So we can bring our engines questions.
Yeah. Your engine questions, your heavy metal questions, rock bands, big fish tank.
Big fish. Thanks, Skipper. And mods, you guys did an amazing job too. Thank you, everybody. Next week, James and I might be starting a lot earlier. We hate to lose KG, but we'll probably move down so we can get to bed at a normal hour too. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But we'll all catch you next week and we'll figure it out. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, you know what? I don't know how to turn it off because my chat bar is over the off button. How do I move my chat? Oh, never mind. I just did it. Bye.